All right, Black Goose TV family, what's good with it? I got a couple reaction videos for y'all tonight. Just two. That's it. We keep it short, simple, plain. And the second one's gonna be a lot shorter than this one. It's gonna be kind of on some bullshit. But this one in particular, this is the real right here. This is the video I really wanted to get into the nitty gritty of, for the most part. Obviously because we're talking about Rolly Romero. Okay, Rolly Romero and Gervonta Davis. They had the actual date for their official fight set the other day. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, as us being boxing fans, we got to start, paying attention. You know what I'm saying? We got to start seeing what's going on. This is one of those fights that's very interesting. The reason why it's interesting, I think it comes down to the fact that it was supposed to happen already. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason it didn't. Obviously, the accusations and all that, allegations, all those different type of things, I'm not going to speak on those because you already know. I know the business of boxing, and I know the business of boxing knew better than to have that particular fight on the original date they planned. And we knew it would be just a lot of better business to move it ahead. I may be completely wrong, obviously. No disrespect. I'm not trying to sound disingenuous. This is how I personally feel, okay? This is from my personal deep down in my core. Yeah. So once again, no disrespect at all, but I do want to kind of see where Rolly Romero's mindset is, where his mind, or where his, where he's at right now. Obviously, he's in phenomenal shape. Obviously, he's been training for this Gervonta Davis fight since it was last announced for it to happen in December. If he knows the game of boxing, if you know everything that went down, actually, Rolly Romero said it himself. He had an interview, and you guys could check back on my YouTube channel. Sometime last year, I actually covered this where Rolly, he was like, man, obviously, this last minute switch taking me out, the replacement, all that shit. I'm not gonna speak too much on it, but it's bullshit. He was like, Issa Cruz, he was Gervonta's mandatory. Or let me say this, he was supposed to be the fight Gervonta was supposed to fight before I activated my mandatory. So the only reason why me versus Gervonta was happening was because I activated my mandatory, and now he had no choice but to fight me, and Issa Cruz had to wait. But obviously, those crazy allegations came out and all that good stuff. Whoever you want to believe, that's cool. But as of now, we can focus on the facts. And the facts is Gervonta Davis versus Rolly Romero was finally happening. A lot of people have no respect for this fight. A lot of people say Rolly Romero was nowhere near the level of Gervonta. He's nowhere. He shouldn't even be mentioned. Like, this isn't even a close fight. This is going to be a blowout. Rolly Romero's fundamentals is terrible. He doesn't know how to box. He's bullshit. He's a bullshitter, blah, blah, blah. I understand that you guys feel that way. I understand why you feel that way. But I'm one of those guys, I'm a little bit more optimistic when it comes to the boxing side of the game. Maybe not toward life, right? Toward life, I'm a lot more cut and dry. Like, yo, get your money as a man. If you don't got your money, then nigga, you fucked. But when it comes to boxing, I like to be a lot more optimistic. And when I see Rolly Romero, a big boy at that weight division, those powerful, powerful shots. I saw Gervonta Davis had, trouble with the very smothering style and Issa Cruz. A smaller guy than Rolly Romero. I don't see why Rolly doesn't have a shot, right? And it all comes down to where his mindset is, how he's training, and if he's putting in that work and making sure he's going the extra mile. So when he gets in there, he doesn't have to worry about conditioning or being in shape or, trying to conserve energy. He can go in there and he can be Rolly all 12 rounds and give Gervonta the hardest fight of his life. If Rolly's mindset is that way, if that's how he's thinking and that's how he's training, I see this being a lot closer fight than you guys think. Now, do I see do I see Rolly beating Gervonta? I don't, because I think at the end of the day, Rolly won't be able to knock him out. It's going to go to the scorecards. And no matter how it's going to look, Gervonta's going to win on the scorecards, right? That's the game. But I do believe if Rolly Romero's mindset is right, he's training the right way, he's doing the right things, I do think he can make this a very controversial fight and not only propel himself in his career, but at the same time, cast a lot more doubt when it comes to Gervonta's future, because I think Issa Cruz did that a little bit. But let's go ahead and see what he has to say right here. This is from FightHype.com. Let's listen.
What you and Tank would. Is there a chance this is a more tactical fight than people are expecting? Because no one wants to get clipped. One punch can be curtains for either fighter.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all all say going to a fight you have to have a game plan and stuff. I have zero game plan for this fucking fight. I have zero game plan. I just feel everything's just gonna happen naturally, and he's just gonna run.
I'm gonna let him finish, but you can take that one or two ways, right? Rolly says he has zero game plan and he wants everything to happen naturally. That's his mindset, but that may not be his trainer's mindset. Whether that's a good thing, whether they can coexist and get a W doing that, I'm not going to jump to conclusion and say, the fuck? You don't got no game plan? Every great boxer has a game plan, because that's not necessarily true. if you're very confident in your skills, you're confident in your conditioning, and you're confident in what you're doing, you're not going to be focused on the game plan. That's your trainer's job. That's your coach's job. That's your team's job. That's their job to understand that I need to reel my fighter in at certain points and reiterate what the game plan is. All right. So I don't find this shocking in any type of way, you know.
Right into something. Yeah, there's certain things he does, there's certain things I do, there's certain things, you know, all this shit. But I mean, what would they say? Everybody got planted to get punched in the face? Yeah, right? Like I said, I ain't gotta have no damn game plan.
Adjust and adapt on the fly.
Adapt.
Real champions adapt to anything, any situation.
Adapt.
Right?
And you know,
So it seems like his trainer is supporting him. He may just be doing that just because he hears his fighter saying that, so he's not going to dispute it or make it seem like there's any type of rift. But it's hard for me to believe at that level you're going against, a guy like Gervonta Davis, and there's not a game plan implemented. Actually, the reason why I don't believe it is because you'll see after he's done talking and you watch some of the training footage and how he's hitting mitts, you can see there's a game plan. But we'll get to that.
you know him well from sparring already too, right? It's
Never
not
sparred
like,
him.
okay.
Never sparred him.
Right. It didn't show up.
Oh, yeah,
People didn't
yeah.
show up on time.
Yeah. A lot of complications with the other party. He had his menstrual cycle going. And he just couldn't. I told him he should take like one of them like hibiscus tea, help regulate him, and all that stuff, man. But I mean, we don't follow directions, so we didn't get that in.
I'll give it to Rolly. That motherfucker funny. All right, let me mute it while I talk, and I'll go ahead and let the mitts play. It might be a little laggy. Y'all rock with me, but he said he has no game plan. He said, he's gonna adapt. He's gonna use his skills. He's gonna use his athleticism, and he's gonna be able to read Gervonta Davis and do what and do what needs to be necessary to beat him. Yeah, I believe that. I believe in Rolly's head, he feels he needs no game plan to beat Gervonta. He probably feels like he's good enough where he can beat Gervonta based off of his skill, his athleticism, and his power. And you should feel that way if you want to be the best in the world. Now, does his team feel that way? Of course not. There's a reason they're at the level they are. There's a reason why Rolly Romero is undefeated. I know they have a game plan. The reason why I know they have a game plan is look how he's hitting mitts. Look at all the other time. Look how he hits mitts with his original. I'm pointing. You guys don't see it, but I'm pointing with his original, head coach, the one who was next to him when he was talking with the dreads. Everything is pressure coming forward, throwing power punches. You can see with my brother right here. Excuse me for getting your name. I'm sorry. I know you're legend, but everything is worked off of range. You can see that. You see how he's making sure he's keeping his range and everything he's throwing. Everything is long distance. He's making sure that when he's hitting the mitts, it's the end of his punches. A lot of you guys who maybe don't understand boxing to this level or degree, or when you're watching it, you probably don't see what he's practicing right now or what he's trying to implement into his game style. But if you do understand it, you see that everything he's doing and the way he's boxing, staying on his back foot, avoiding shots, making sure he doesn't get caught up against the ropes. He's basically telling you guys, we have a game plan, and our game plan is to keep Gervonta at the end of our punches the whole entire fight. So we're going to utilize our length, our size, because why wouldn't you? All right. So a fighter's that's a fighter being a fighter. He's confident in himself, and I'm pretty sure the last thing he's thinking about is what they're implementing in training. He understands there is a game plan set, but he's like, I don't need it. I know I'm better than him, and that's what you need to have, and that's the type of mindset you need to have if you want to beat someone like Gervonta. So I have no problem with what he said. Him hearing that, I think this is going to be a fucking dogfight. Like I said, before starting the video, I think a lot of people are underestimating Rolly, and I think Rolly's going to be a hard fight for Gervonta. After seeing him struggle against Issa, I won't say struggle, but after seeing it being more of a competitive fight than we thought against Issa, Rolly is basically Issa Cruz, but bigger, more power. And now if he's starting to learn how to keep smaller opponents at the end of his punches, because he's already fucking huge for that division, we might have a problem on our hands. Or maybe I'm boosting them. Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe I'm promoting the fight, and I don't even know I'm promoting the fight. Let me know what y'all think below. Do you think I should slow down? I'm talking all that shit, and a lot of shit I'm saying ain't real. You think it's a fight that no one should be paying attention to, regardless of what you're seeing? Do you think Rolly's not going to be able to be prepared or good enough just to beat Gervonta? Do you think, it's cap what I'm talking about, what I'm seeing? And do you really believe he has no game plan? I want to know your guys' thoughts. Hit the comment section below, as always. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the motherfucking family. Show some love. And I'm